Alright everyone, this is my new little breeding setup, and you might have to excuse me until I get more used to making videos in this format, and also the traffic noise. As you can tell, I live near a main road, so filming outside like this, we're not going to get much time when there's not traffic going past. This is my new external breeding setup. Now the reason I've had to get a little setup like this is because some of you might know if you've spoken to me, but I actually had to move house about a year ago, so the birds don't live in my backyard anymore, and that's the reason why we don't have videos about training or flying the birds. I'm really hoping we can get some videos like that set up soon, you know, when we can get into a place with a bigger backyard. But at the moment, the rest of the birds don't actually live nearby, so that's why you haven't seen too much of them. So I put together this little breeding setup. It's 4 boxes, and I didn't build them from scratch. I bought some sort of half-made boxes. It was a set of 3, and I've modified them into a set of 4. I didn't have too much of a plan modifying them, so they're all a bit wonky and not quite all the same size, and they haven't turned out quite how I wanted. This box is a bit too open, and the next 2 are a bit too small. The one up the top's a bit too big, but they'll work for what we're using them for. I've got 4 pairs in them. Down the bottom here is our Andalusian project. She's paired up to the blue bar. You would have seen him in the 2020 breeding plans video, so I'll have to link to that. Yeah, she's paired to him at the moment, and once she's finished with him, she'll be paired to the blue bar next door, so we'll go and visit him. Again, this is a pair that you would have seen in the 2020 breeding plans video, and they're enjoying life already. It's our spread brown hen with the Van Loon cock, and once this pair's done, he'll be going next door to the Andalusian hen, because as you might remember, we're hoping to breed some homozygous Andalusians out of her young. But yeah, this is one I'm really excited about, the brown spread. It's a really... oh, there goes a bus. Yep. Yeah, it's the colour that I really like, the brown spread, and it's quite uncommon in racing pigeons. So I'm hoping to get a nice little family of these going. Anyway, let's move next door. And this box is quite dark. I'm not really happy how that turned out. I might have to open it up a bit more. But it's another pair from my spread recessive opal project. And these pairs have been paired up before, so they've already gotten straight down to business. When I last tried to breed from this hen, she couldn't lay eggs. She was just laying really little half-sized eggs, and only one at a time, and they were never fertile. So I'm giving them one more go, because she's a nice little hen, and I really would like to have her in the spread recessive opal project. But yeah, the last box, up here in the penthouse, the box that's a bit too big, is the Barless project. Let's see if I can get you a better look at that. So yeah, it's my Barless hen, and she's paired up with this guy. He's very old, he's 15 years old, but he was a champion race bird himself, and he's bred a few more winners, and a couple of his grandkids are being winners as well, so I'm really hoping to get some of his genetics into the Barless project, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen. As you can see, he's quite old, he's half blind, he likes to sleep, so we'll see what we get out of him. I'm really hoping to put him into the Barless project, and if it works, if he is still fertile, I would really like to get him into the Almond project as well. So, you know, hopefully we'll get lucky and we'll see what happens. I don't have any perches in the boxes yet. It's just because I didn't have any timber laying around when I was putting them together. But that will be something I'd like to add to them, make it a bit more comfortable for the birds. And these little nest bowls, I got them from Bunnings actually. They're little plant pots, little low wide ones. And I'm testing them out this year to see how they go as nest bowls. They look pretty good to me. I was worried the birds might tip them over, but that hasn't been an issue yet. There is a wider model that Bunnings has, so if these ones don't come out big enough, I'll see how the other ones go. But yeah, I'm excited to use them. Oh, she's having a nice little lay down. They're nice and calm down here, so it's good. They've settled in nicely. And we hope we get some nice babies out of them. At the moment, I'm feeding them in these little plastic D cups. It does make a bit of a mess, and it's not my ideal plan. As soon as I can get down to the feed store, I'm hoping to get some better cups or some better feeders for the feed so they don't make much of a mess. And we'll have grit in the D cups. So this is just temporary. Also, don't have any nesting materials because usually I'll run up to the mountain and get some pine needles. But with the lockdown at the moment, it's a bit more difficult to get onto them. So again, when we get to the feed store, I'll just have to pick up some straw. Usually I prefer using the pine needles, but you know, got to do what you got to do. You can only use what's available. So it'll have to be straw until we can get up and get some pine needles. I like using these 2-litre water containers in the breeding boxes, even though I do change them every day. I try and wash them out every day. I just prefer having the extra water in there. I think if anything gets in the water, having more volume in the water prevents it from, you know, getting too messy until I can get in there and clean it. I, you know, prefer to have more water in there than a small little container and risk them running out, or, you know, something getting in the water and making them sick. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that little tour of the setup. Hopefully I'll get more natural speaking like this as the time goes on and we get more videos out of around here and we see more of the birds breeding. Anyway, enjoy. Not sure if you can see it on the camera, but we have an eagle flying over.